And today my adventure begins right here on the shores of the Sassagoula River. Thought it would be a good evening to do a little coffee walk and talk, if you will. Kind of explain to you what I've been doing the last week on my family vacation. It is all winding down. Tonight, unfortunately, is my last night. And I will be headed back home tomorrow to North Carolina. Good evening, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitch Hiking Yeti here. Cheers, by the way. This is a coffee walk and talk. I have been really busy the last week, making some videos, doing some family time, kind of balancing all that out. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to fill you in on some of the stuff that I've been doing right now. So I started my trip off about a week ago. I drove from North Carolina down to Savannah, Georgia. Stayed there for 3 nights and drove through a heck of a rainstorm, making my way down through South Carolina. I actually filmed a video in that rainstorm, and you will see that. I did a small town back road type of far off the interstate small town video. A lot of fun, got to see some really cool places. Cannot wait to share those little small towns with you guys. It was just so awesome. And unfortunately, half of the first town and the second town I visited is mainly in a monsoon. It was pouring down rain, but it added to the ambiance of the video. I think it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that a lot. And then the next day we made it to Savannah, Georgia. I'm going to continue on walking now. And that was quite the experience in its own right, because the main reason I wanted to spend time around Savannah, because I have always wanted to do a video about the Forrest Gump movie. I've always wanted to go to the filming locations. I put a little section in a walk and talk vlog about 2 weeks ago when I was at home in Carolina Beach, and I stated at the very end of that video, or I gave it like a hint that video could be coming. And I had an absolute so much fun filming that video. I never thought making a filming location vlog would be that much fun. The fun that I had filming the Forrest Gump filming locations. Really excited to show you guys that one. Looks like we have a little wildlife out. Look at that little bunny rabbit right there. Just right beneath that bench, you can see his little white furry tail. He's probably pretty sad right now, because if he would have showed up about 30 minutes ago, that little furry guy probably would have got a marshmallow from somebody. Because right here, this little fire pit, they have a little marshmallow roasting. They make s'mores each night. On your vacation, you come out here right before dark, between 5 and 6, and you can partake. They have marshmallows, they have sticks, have all kind of families out here having fun, telling some stories. Everybody talking about what ride they like the best and what food they like the best. The adults are talking about food, the kids are talking about rides. That's kind of how that goes. But yeah, I was actually down here a while ago, and I actually seen them doing it. We came down here, and me and my wife and my niece got some Mickey beignets to end off our vacation strong. And that's the only time we ate any of those Mickey beignets. That's my favorite sweet treat here in WDW. Love some Mickey beignets. They are amazing. I gotta say, the coffee tonight was excellent. I was drinking some Joffrey's coffee. Only drink about a half a cup because I do want to go to bed tonight about 9:30, where I can get up early in the morning before sunrise and get everything packed up and ready, where I can get my drive rocking and rolling first thing in the morning. But I don't know, it just seemed like a good evening to do a little walk and talk. Really excited to tell everybody that, you know, who watches the videos and keeps up with this stuff, that I did get my Forrest Gump video completed. Really happy with how it turned out. Hope you guys enjoy it when I drop it, make it go live. And on my way down here while I was in Savannah, I came across another video idea, because I wasn't going to do a second small town video, but stuff happened in Savannah and we kind of had to catch 22 and make a change. So I only got to do really one small town video while I was there in the South Carolina area. But that's okay. I'll go back someday and hit those small towns, the other small towns in that part of the state that I want to hit. But yeah, it's all good. But I found out about this place that's in Florida, about an hour and a half away from Orlando. And it was a little place called The Compound. So The Compound, what that place is, just to give you a little heads up if you've never heard of it before, it is an area with streets, 200 miles of neighborhood streets. And they have all these like half-acre lots there that was deeded out and sold to people around the United States. And some of it was like sight unseen. It was such a weird thing that was going on back in the 80s when all this went down. But people was buying this land. I don't know if it was cheap or not, but they was buying it, promising like this plots of land in Florida, and people was buying it up, and then they went bankrupt and people was just screwed. They was out. They ended up like liquidating everything. So the streets are still there. Some of the street signs are still there, like the name of the streets, the stop signs are still there, but there is no houses. It's just a bunch of grown-up palm trees and brush and stuff like that, and it is weird looking, and all kinds of weird stuff goes there. But I'm going to get into what all that is in that vlog. It's not a super long video, but maybe 15 minutes, 13 minutes, something like that. But I'm definitely going to show you around the neighborhood and get to see what the place looks like and give you the backstory and the history of all that. So really excited for you to see that one. And that was something that just popped up on my radar. Like, sometime it happens, you're in the motion of stuff, you're doing things, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's like, oh, that's a cool idea, let's go do it. Even if it was where I got up that morning and drove roughly an hour and a half, over an hour and a half really, away to get to this place, and film it real quick, and got back here before 11 o'clock, before the family wanted to go to a park or do anything. I was up before sunrise and driving to go down there and knock that out. So but it was really a lot of fun. All right, I made my way back to Riverside, and look at all the people boarding the ferry down there, fixing to head off for some shopping or maybe some dining out at Disney Springs. It just never slows down. Busy all day long. I'm telling you, me and my wife really thought that when we was planning this thing about a month ago or so, we was thinking, hey, we're going to go down in February, take my little niece, we have a good time, low crowd levels, won't be a lot of people there. Didn't work out that way. Every time we try to plan a trip down here for like low crowd, low wait times, I don't know what happens. It's like everybody and their brother shows up. Now, part of it could be that the weather has been very summer-esque. I mean, since we've been here, it's been in the 80s every day. The low's been around about 68. It's been absolutely fabulous weather-wise, which I spoke to my mom the other day, and she said back in North Carolina the weather got a lot warmer too. Several days ago also, they actually got up in the 70s. Here, I think today we got up to 87, and yesterday I think we got up around about 85. So it's been really warm. The swimming pools here are heated, so we definitely took part in some swimming the last couple of days. Got a little bit of sun. I can definitely feel it a little bit, but it's been an absolutely great time. And this weather right here with shorts, t-shirt, after the 2 snowstorms we just endured several weeks ago back in North Carolina, this has definitely got me excited and pumped for beach time, summer, all that good stuff. I cannot wait. I am so ready for summertime. This big white building right here with these big columns, that is where I normally stay when I come here to this resort. But this time, I ended up over here in a place called Alligator Bayou. And I think Alligator Bayou, that area is some of the original parts of this resort. This resort was actually opened back in 1992. And back then, it was not called Port Orleans. Fun fact, it was called Dixie Landings. And it was a rustic Louisiana style of a resort. Old South is kind of its theme. And then I think in 2001 they rethemed it, and then they called it Port Orleans, and then they opened the French Quarter part of Port Orleans, and they made it all one big resort kind of, but it is split up. One's Riverside and the other one is French Quarter. But I don't know, I gotta say this, staying in the Alligator Bayou part has not been my favorite. You really have to walk quite a long way to get over to, like, you know, the general store or the cafeteria area where you're going to go eat, things like that. You do have your own bus stop not too far from your resort, but as far as getting over there where those lights are off in the distance, it's a pretty good hike. And when you have a kid, a 3-year-old, you know, I mean, you do have a stroller, but sometimes she wants to walk, and then she don't want to walk no more. So you end up doing a little bit of carrying. And as you can see, there is an abundance of golf carts cruising around this resort because it is so large. I mean, it is just massive. And matter of fact, we're getting ever so much closer to where I'm staying at right here, Alligator Bayou, lodges 14 through 18. I'm in lodge 17. So we're going to go ahead and head on back that direction. So as we wind the video down, I just wanted to let you know I tried something new the other day. I've always been more of a hot coffee drinker, but I decided while I was at Hollywood Studios Galaxy's Edge to try a very popular cold brew that people have went on record saying that is the best coffee item in all of Walt Disney World. So I tried it, and it was called the Cold Brew Black Caf is the name of it, and it has Cocoa Puffs on the top of this cold brew coffee. And I tried it out, I gave it a whirl, if you will, and it was drinkable for me, but I gotta say, I don't think I would ever get it again, just because I think I'm just a hot coffee guy, and I don't think I like any kind of cold coffee. I just think I'm wired like that. I like a hot coffee, even on a hot summer day, for whatever reason. I'd rather have a hot coffee than a cold coffee. But I tried it, and I know one thing, my niece, she's never really had Cocoa Puffs before, I don't believe. So I was kind of scooping off, me and my wife was scraping off the Cocoa Puffs on top, handing that to her, and she was just gobbling that up. So when she gets home, her mom and her mammy, they might figure out real quick that there's a new cereal in town that she might she might frequently ask for it, because we told her it's Cocoa Puffs, and she was like, she was all over it, man. But I did try it. I just want to throw it out there, I did try it. If you like cold brew, maybe give it a shot. Just for me, I just think I'm a hot coffee guy, and I don't think it matters. I just like hot coffee. I don't really, you can keep your cold brew. All right, I have made it over here to Alligator Bayou, Lodge 17. This has been my home away from home for the last series of nights, and this is going to be my final night here. Get up bright and early in the morning and head off back to North Carolina. I gotta say, I've had a great vacation, so much fun. Me and my wife had a great time I think my niece had a great time. Kind of hard to believe that she's 3.5 now. And this is her 3rd trip to Disney World. And her favorite ride as of right now is Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow. She likes that kind of stuff. She's never seen the movies. You know, I ain't turned her on to the movies or anything quite yet, but she must watch something at home where she knows about pirates a little bit in a kid way. And she really enjoyed that dark ride with all the pirates and stuff in it, and she really got a kick out of that the other night. That was just so cool to see how excited she was, to how, I mean, just amped up she got when she was in it. She wasn't like scared. She was like looking at everything and just taking it all in. It was so much fun. But all that being said, I've blabbed and rambled long enough today. I got my vlog out. I feel good. I like doing a little walk and talk every now and then. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, watching the video today. Like I said, we got 3 videos coming up in the pipeline. I just described a little bit about what's happening. Hope you guys enjoy them. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you on my next adventure. Y'all stay safe, and hope to see you all again soon. So peaceful out here. About another hour, we'll be hearing some fireworks. You see the moon up there. But we will be hearing some fireworks because this resort is just right across the street, a highway or 2 away from Epcot. And at 9 o'clock, they blast off their fireworks over there in World Showcase. Y'all have a good one. I'm really done now.